Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this video lesson, we're going to learn your first blues solo. This is perfect if you got the hang of some of your rhythm playing, your strumming, but now you're ready to play a little bit of lead guitar. So I'm going to show you an easy scale that you can use to build a lot of different solos out of, and then we're going to practice one solo together. So we're going to dig into it and we'll get the hang of it. It's very basic and you're going to really enjoy it. Then after we learn the solo, we'll go ahead and practice to a backing track together. As always, make sure you check out the website, my website, for some more materials and lessons, and then subscribe to the YouTube channel, this channel right here, and get notified about new videos that come out and new lessons. Okay, let's check it out together. Okay, so to play this straightforward, simple blues solo, we're going to first learn the scale that the solo is going to come out of. So we're going to be in 5th position. Our index finger is going to be based around the 5th fret, and we're going to learn what's called the A minor pentatonic scale. So it's very straightforward. I'll show it to you right now. We're going to start on the low E string, 5th fret, then 8th fret, the A string, 5th fret, 7th fret, and then the D string, 5th fret, and 7th. So that's the first half of the scale. Let's look at that again. Starting on the low E, 5th fret. And one more time. Now we'll learn the second half of the scale. G string, 5th fret, 7th, B string, 5th fret, 8th, and E string, 5th fret, and 8th. So practice the second half of the scale. And one more time. So if we put both parts of the scale together, starting on the low E, 5th fret, looks like this, nice and slow. One more time. And then practice it backwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and tackle the solo together. It's made up of 3 simple phrases, and all of the notes are going to come from that scale that we just learned, the minor pentatonic. So we're going to get the hang of the phrases, and then later on we'll learn how to spice them up a little bit with different tricks that you can add to your solos as you get the hang of it. So the first lick is going to sound like this. So when you hear the lick, you hear 3 phrases that are repeated, and then at the end, it descends down the scale. So the first phrase that gets repeated starts like this. Pinky finger, our 4th finger, on the 8th fret, E string. And we're going to go down to the 5th fret. So start with that. Now go over to the B string, 5th fret, and then we're going to play that one, and then go to the 8th fret on the B string. So far, sounds like this. And then we're going to end that lick on the 5th fret of the E string. So that lick sounds like this. Okay. Now in the solo we said that we play that lick 3 times and then we finish the first phrase by descending down the scale. So just see if we remember, it sounds like this. And then descend. So to play that last little lick, we start with our 4th finger, 8th fret on the B string, right here. And then we're just going to go down the scale. So that's why it's helpful to learn the scale like we did at the beginning, because some of these licks are just going right down the notes. So let's try that first phrase together. Okay, so that's the first section of the solo. Now the great thing is, the second section of the solo is exactly the same. So you play that whole phrase again. Okay. So now we have 2 out of the 3 parts of the solo already down. So make sure you practice those. Now the last phrase is a little bit different. So we're going to start 5th fret on the B string, and the phrase sounds like this. So it sounds like a lot, but it's really not too bad. So let's get the hang of it nice and slow together. So again, B string, 5th fret, and we're going to rock back and forth between the 5th and the 8th fret. Sounds like this. Okay, so try that. Now the next part of the lick is familiar because it's from the first section. Looks like this. So we remember that. 8th fret on the E string down to 5. Over to the B string 5, 8th, and then end on E string 5th fret. Okay? So let's take those 2 pieces of the lick together. Okay, so that's the first half of the last phrase of the solo. Now to end this last phrase, again we're going to just descend back down the scale. So the whole phrase sounds like this. So we're going to come out of this lick. Now descend back down the scale, starting on the 8th fret of the B string. So again, that's just. And we're ending that part of the phrase on the 7th fret of the D string, right here. So the phrase so far sounds like this. Now to end the solo, it's just one last piece going back up the scale. So we finish this. So that phrase is starting on the D string 7th fret, G string 5th, 7, so rock back and forth, and then we're going to end on the B string 5th fret. So that last phrase. And that's how we end the solo. So the last phrase all together, let's just listen to it one more time, sounds like this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just let's go over the whole solo nice and slow, and then we're going to play it with the backing track. So real slow, this is how it goes from the first phrase. Now descend back down the scale. Now repeat that first phrase. And descend back down again. Now the last phrase, which is a little different. And that is your first blues solo. And like we said, you just repeat it again for the next part of the chorus, and you can play it twice in a row with the backing track that comes up next. So Thanks a lot for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Pretty basic, nice and straightforward, and it's a lot of fun to learn an easy blues solo together. Stay tuned for some more material on this same subject. Make sure you check out the website and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next video.